My name is Tafazo Nyamziwa. I grew up in an orphanage since the age of 1. I became totally blind at the age of 25. That was a terrifying moment for me. I tried to commit suicide on 2 occasions and I've given up in life. But I went for rehabilitation and I thank God for the Dorothy Duncan Braille Library Rehabilitation Center.
In 1987, Sister Catherine Jackson, OP, travelled from Zimbabwe to Australia on a Rotary scholarship to study the rehabilitation of the blind. After a 1-year study course and a generous donation from Rotary in Australia, Sister Catherine, herself partially blind, returned to Zimbabwe and, with the help of the Dominican Convent School, started a small Braille book production facility working from one small room. As chance would have it, following an appeal from Sister Catherine for further support and funding, she was approached by Mr. Mike Frudd, a chartered accountant and, at that time, treasurer for the Dorothy Duncan Centre for the Blind, with a suggestion that Sister Catherine and her Braille production facility should combine with the Dorothy Duncan Centre, and in due course the Dorothy Duncan Braille Library and Rehabilitation Centre, DDBL, was established. Thanks to generous donations raised both locally and from overseas, the DDBL was able to purchase and refurbish a small block of flats to house the Braille Library and Rehabilitation Teaching Unit. A private voluntary organisation is responsible for the financial affairs of the centre, and an executive committee drawn from a cross-section of professions meets regularly to guide and support the workings of the centre. The day-to-day running of the DDBL is in the hands of an administrative director, library and administration, and a technical director, transcription and government liaison. With an extensive library of Braille, large print and audio, books, tapes and CDs covering both educational and entertainment subjects, the library caters for blind and partially sighted persons throughout the country. The 2 major functions of the DDBL are the education of blind pupils in schools throughout Zimbabwe and the rehabilitation of blind people back into society. An impressive unit within the DDBL not only provides and dispatches learning materials for schools, but is also responsible for transcribing examination material for local and international exams. The rehabilitation section takes around 8 blind persons into rehabilitation for a 3-month course. Although these courses run regularly throughout the year, regrettably, due to lack of funds, a large number of applicants are kept on the waiting list for this life-changing opportunity. Despite the ever-increasing availability of equipment and ancillary requirements being produced in the world specifically designed for use by the blind, the DDBL battles to raise sufficient funds to keep abreast of the times. However, a persistent drive to provide the best for those who so richly deserve our support continues. Together, we can help the blind touch the light. Any donation, however large or small, will be welcomed and officially receipted.